Lovely.
And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today I am joined by AJS as well as CTN.
The
Gentlemen,
three
how
the,
you
the
guys
three
doing?
losers the three losers made it to the show.
Hey, dude. Hey, so, some of us, our team CTN, we were emphatically beaten, but with HAS's team,
I
hey,
think my team. I think we'll get into that. My team beat
yeah.
itself. Yeah, but we'll get into that. I
Yeah, we
I think
will.
yeah. Let I don't know where we're gonna start.
Let's
But
start
yeah,
with
my
Bafana. Let's start with
fuck
Bafana.
my no, gents.
Let's start with
With
Bafana.
everything with
It's
everything that's going on in
too
South Africa,
nay.
we we need that light, because I think historically we've proven as a nation that our sport always tends to unite us. Because with everything
Yeah,
that's going on, the corruption in freaking Tembisa Hospital, the
yeah,
the 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 ongoing saga now with all the files that are being opened, that hey, listen, criminals are actually running the country. We need that
Mm.
thing that makes us believe. And then this rookie mistake here
yeah,
with, like, literally when it broke on the news, I was hoping it was fake, because Ijiski whatever broke it first. I'm
yeah.
hoping that it's fake, and then boom, lo and behold, on freaking ENCA, they're running the story now. 3 points
Mm,
deducted. Come on, guys. Come on. We
Mm.
better than that as a country.
mm. Yeah, so
Mm.
Ah,
AJS and I were speaking before the show. I think AJS, I think you should take it away as far as you were informing me about a certain individual who actually knows how these things work on their
Well,
on
this
their
was my
end.
question to him.
Mm,
What happens at professional football, especially
mm,
national professional football, at that level, as far as administration is concerned? Do the
mm,
teams have a administrative person who is hired specifically to look out for the eligibility of players, whether they be
mm,
suspended or have a dual nationality or have played for a different country before, or are they too young to play? Back in the day, there used to be a quota system
mm,
that FIFA would apply. If you haven't played a certain number of games for your country or your club, then you're ineligible either way. And
mm,
that's the kind of thing that would stall work permits. I don't know if you guys remember, there would be arguments around work permits for players to sign if they go to Europe.
mm,
Or is there, did somebody not get the email? Does FIFA send out regular notifications telling you who can play and who cannot play? And you should adjust your teams accordingly. Because what I do find remarkable is in the length of time we've been watching and following football, we have never heard of the French national team or the English national team
fielding a
fielding
non. Yeah,
fielding an ineligible player.
yeah.
But this kind of thing seems to happen regularly in Africa.
mm,
No, I think it speaks to people not understanding their jobs. Like, okay, I don't know, corporate. You guys, you given that, hey, listen, this is your portfolio. You manage one, two, and three, and if for a fact you don't do well at your job, there are consequences to that. Be it you are either ill prepared for the role or ill equipped for the role, then yeah, conversations are had and whatnot. And this just reeks of that, of taking either a person that shouldn't be in that role to make sure that within the team only legible players play.
mm,
It's actually disgusting, if we're being honest.
mhm,
And I can tell within the soccer fraternity, there's anger, and the anger it's not directed. It's directed at Bafana. It's not directed at Safa as a whole. It's like,
Yes.
but why didn't the
mm,
player also say that, hey guys, listen, I got a
mm,
yellow.
mm,
I'm not a, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Safa is put in as a federation to go right ahead and run the run South African football. That's why it's called
Mm,
SAFA. As an
mm,
association, their prime role is to ensure that this doesn't happen.
yeah,
And heads need to roll. It cannot be that it's all secret and oh yeah, we are taking this under review and whatnot. No, no, no. Fuck bullshit. We've passed that stage. For a first time in a very long time, we're getting behind Bafana because we can see the results are there. And then we're going
Yeah.
to lose our spot because of a technicality, an
yeah,
administrative technicality. Get the fuck
Mm.
out of
yeah,
here. No,
Hundred
guys.
yeah,
percent.
I
Hundred
think
percent.
we're
Yeah.
not angry enough to be, we're not angry enough. Like right
Yeah.
now, we should head to wherever the Safa building is. Okay,
Mm.
and let them know that, guys, this is
yeah,
unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah.
unacceptable. This, I promise you. So I was listening to the soccer show. I wouldn't plug the name of the soccer show, and people are like, yeah, you can tell their moods are down. Like, that's
Mm.
not how you start the week where there's an international break coming and everyone is trying to be positive. Okay, we've got 2 games coming, and then there's calculators now that have to be brought up. And
yeah.
oh, yeah,
Mm.
Benin might help us because they're playing Nigeria. Guys, we can. No, no,
It's yeah.
no.
It's I mean you've just hit the nail on the head. It's an administration issue.
Yeah.
No,
And
guys, no.
Safa is the administrator and they didn't do their part, and it's very frustrating. It's a rookie era. It's a it's terrible in many ways. And you are right, Sikle. And I was
Ah,
telling even my dad
mm,
that heads do need to roll.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. There's certain errors you can't make, even in our e- even where we work, guys. There's certain mistakes that you can't afford to make because should you make them, it's going to cause serious implications from a risk standpoint. So yeah, I'm fully with you guys, man. This is something that I've
it,
never ever seen
I
ever
guys,
in my life.
I think
Yeah.
you being nice on them when you tell them it's a rookie mate.
No,
It's
no, no,
not even
no.
in school rugby or in school football administration do you get such.
Hence, I say it's a rookie. It's an unacceptable mistake. That needs to be
And this is a
like heads
country.
need to
This is a
roll.
country that has hosted the World Cup. This is a
Yeah.
country that gets funding from the FIFA, and we're talking millions and millions. This is a
Yeah.
country where corporate has gotten behind
Mm,
EE football because everyone was saying that no, the corporate is only focused on these perceived other sports, be it your rugby, be it your cricket, be it your what. And when they do, and then these are the returns on investment that you get. Get out of here,
mm,
man. Ah, what
And
mm,
gents?
where's the
No.
where's the responsibility of the player? We're talking
mm.
about a mature. How old is Mokwena? 28.
No, no, he's a
Yeah.
senior. He's a senior.
Hmm.
I, I think I mentioned. I don't want to take it away from him, AJ. But yeah, 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 yeah. The buck stops there at Safa House.
Mm,
It
No,
stops.
why I say no. It's not. I wouldn't go as far as to 100% blame the player.
mm,
Um, a good team doesn't blame the students.
mhm,
Ever. In this day and age where players are tracking their minutes, the
mm,
days off through injury so that they can recover better,
Yeah.
we get irritated with people like Arteta and the stats around Florian Wirtz because the game has become data driven.
Yep.
Now, where is Mokwena in all of this? Did you not know that you had an issue? Every day you go home, you track your minutes played, you track your passes completed,
mm,
you make sure that your numbers are according to your development.
mm,
Did you not raise this with one of the
Yeah.
coaches and say, hey, you know what, guys, I picked up that yellow. Can I play
mm,
here? Can
you
I
you
play
go
here?
you go in
mm,
camp, and I'm not talking camp for like a day or two. You're there for like the whole week where this is discussed. Hey guys, you get the team on Friday, this is the starting lineup. Didn't anyone out of everyone look at it as like, hi man, lay out till they got a yellow, that means he can't play? No
mm.
one picked it up. What gents? No.
It's
Crazy, bro.
negligent.
and the
There was
irritating
somebody
part,
that answered Mukwenda and said, "Hi, don't worry about it. We'll sort it out in front."
there is the irritating part. So I see the story break, and someone sends it like minutes after the story breaks. And the first thing that I do, I go to the Safa website, um, and the Safa website at the time didn't have the story. It just had the story of Amachita. It had the story of Hugo Bros talking about, and this is a story that was published on the 23rd. So this story breaks through whichever channels that it breaks through, but they
Mm.
haven't even published it to go right ahead and control the narrative. That,
Yes,
Mm.
yo, guys, listen, we might have fucked up, but I don't know how they're going to spin it. I'm not a spin doctor, and I'm
yes,
not going to tell them how
yes,
to fucking do their job because it looks like they can't even fucking do their job right now. And
yeah,
if we don't make it to the World Cup, I won't pin this on Hugo. I
Yeah,
won't.
no, we can't.
yeah,
We can't, mate.
And
We
and the
really
team has
can't.
been
Yeah.
delivering, and everyone is behind. I've got guys that are saying, yeah, they keen to go to United to the US. Okay, they might not go because of ice but there's excitement around Bafana going to the World Cup.
yes.
I
Yep.
think we've spent enough time on this shit. I think we can move on from it. It's irritating, to be honest. It's as a country, it's fucking irritating.
It's disappointing. It is disappointing because
Nah,
it's just,
disappointing is allowing Danny Jordan to get away with it. It's not disappointing. No, it's irritating.
yeah,
That's the bottom line. It ends there. Danny and crew
yeah,
need to come up with a statement, and it's a statement. I don't want the statement to be driven politically from the Department of Arts and Culture, sports arts. I don't want it to come from there because they are politicians. End of the day,
yeah,
it's yeah. I posted something saying that which was I thought was funny because I ran into that saying where it says politics is showbiz for the ugly. So I don't want it to come from that side. I want it to come from the person who the buck stops with, where
and own
it's
the
Alpha
situation.
House,
Mm.
it's Kenny. Because what's his
Yeah.
name is all about the show and we don't care about that. And this is Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. We care
Yeah,
about Danny. He must explain this is what happened. This is the mistake that we made. These are the heads that are going to roll. This is going to be the way going forward where we ensure such stupidity doesn't happen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, indeed. And I'm with odds. Like, yeah, the team manager needs to get sacked for this.
I think the team
And
manager
yeah,
just cares about which kit they're wearing for the day.
yeah, no, but
I,
I think that's their role. They do the admin side. I mean, imagine as Hugo, you can't keep account of these things in your head
Yeah,
because you are busy preparing the squad to take on an
I agree.
opposition. You are the one that does the selection of players who you want in the squad. So
so
you have to
I
delegate.
know
And I feel like
I'm the one
the
that
team
said
manager, yeah,
let's drop this. But this is the statement that
yeah,
they've issued. I think this came through like probably in the last couple of
yeah.
when did it come through? Does it say what it doesn't show you the published time. So this came through like now late in the afternoon. And as SAFA, we're deeply disappointed with the unprecedented outcome. Get the fuck out of here. It's a precedented outcome. If a
Yeah,
person is not eligible to play, the person doesn't play. Simple.
Yeah,
What's unprecedented about that? You can't
yeah,
spring this. You can't.
mm.
yeah,
I agree. Take
yeah.
ownership.
No more.
Tell us who it
That's
is.
all it is.
Have the man
Yeah.
publicly fired. And if
Yep.
we don't qualify for the World Cup, we will calculate our loss and we sue you for that money.
Mm.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's
No, that's true, man. Because really now we are scoring own goals. I mean, I'm sick and tired of South Africa being in a situation where we have to
calculate it.
always take out our
Shoes off.
calculators.
Yeah,
This
Now we're
time
counting how
around,
many points we need. Oh, we need Benin now to
dude,
step up
now,
and beat Nigeria. Bro.
bruh,
yeah,
we need Rwanda. We need Rwanda to also step up and do something against Nigeria. And you know what I mean? It's bruh, it sucks. Because at the end of the day, man, you know what happens if we win all our games and Benin also wins all their
yeah,
games and they win them emphatically, bruh.
yeah.
So these players, I can imagine how demoralizing it would be for them.
Mm.
because going to the World Cup is not only just beneficial for us as spectators,
Nation's pride,
but for the
man.
players as
Yes.
well. But as well as for the players, bro, you'd like to go and play in the US and get that exposure so that you can land a better deal overseas. I mean, at the end of the day, that's I feel like as any footballer in South Africa, you want to
You
go
want to
play
progress. You
overseas
just want to
and
do
get
better.
Yo, that's end of the day,
progress.
gents. It's they
Yeah,
didn't do
and
it
get
for free.
yeah,
They put their bodies through the worst pain that you can
yeah,
possibly think of, and they
Mm.
need and
yeah.
the more exposure that you have. I was proud to watch
You see,
who's that boy that Orlando Pirates boy that has moved to Saudi. He's making a killing there.
uh,
I saw
yeah,
Nkota,
Nkota,
I saw my
Important.
yeah,
highlights this
Mohau
weekend. He scored
Nkota,
and he had an
yeah,
assist. Brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
guy is
yeah.
making and is away from his
Mm.
hosh whatever.
Oscar mine.
You know, the behavior. He's away from all of that and he's focusing,
Yeah,
making good money there.
100%.
Yeah.
And we always talk about that, bruh. We always talk about how beneficial it is for them
It's
to
like
step
soccer
away from.
as a career. It's a
Yeah,
very short career. 5 years to where
yeah,
you're
Mm.
peaking, where you're making the most amount of money. I mean, if you push 10 years, then
mm,
you call a legend. So they've got five
Yeah.
years to make up for until retirement age,
mm,
which is 65. These guys retire when they're like 30, 31. Okay, because
Mm.
we lie about
yeah.
our age and shit. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that.
All right, all right, all
Let's talk
right. I
about
think we can
other
segue.
forms of cheating.
Yeah, yeah. I think we should speak up on your team, Adrian. I know I can't imagine how you feel, bro. Because it's when I was watching yesterday's
Yeah.
game, I was thinking about you and Arts, and like I can't
I was
imagine
laughing my
the
ass off.
frustration. I was even telling my boy, like I was watching it with a friend of mine. I'm like, yo, bruh, like yo, two of my homies are gonna not be pleased about this result. So take it away,
Before you
Adrian.
say anything, you
Yeah,
can't rely on
yeah.
Newcastle to do it for the culture. But anyway, you can go on.
So, well, the
Yeah.
first thing that we do as, I think, any supporter, you look at yourselves first. What could we have done to influence the result long before any of the controversy? Arsenal scored their
Yeah.
goals on minute 84 and 92, something like that.
Mm,
96.
But but as a Newcastle fan, I am very disappointed that we've got 30% ball possession at home, and
mm,
with the last 20 minutes to go, Eddie Howe changes to a back five, and we go on to
eesh,
lose the game. So
mm,
what is working on my nerves? Eddie Howe seems to be playing. I understand the big picture that we're going to have 55 or 60 games this season for all players in all competitions, because that's the idea. You want to compete and you want to see the entire season through. You want to play until May. But
mm,
what is happening now is he sets the team up for a draw against Leeds. He sets the team up for a draw against Aston Villa. He sets it up for a boring draw against Bournemouth because he's afraid of going back to his old team. And that mentality cannot be switched back on like a light switch when you're suddenly playing Arsenal. So
Yeah.
the players,
mm,
I didn't feel at any point yesterday that there was the fear factor of coming to Newcastle.
Mm.
Arsenal were not afraid. Arsenal had seen Barcelona knock the ball about with immunity. And
mhm,
yes, we've got Jolinton and Bruno and Tonali, and these are hard men that are going to kick you off the ball and bully it. But what happens when the bully gets bullied? I
mm,
I admire what Arteta is doing at Arsenal, and he's been able to do it because the board has trusted him for 4, 5, 6 years to engineer a new team. I was thinking earlier on this Arsenal topic, and I remember distinctly that it was easy to play against Arsenal. You would have guys like Troy Deeney rubbing their hands and licking their lips while he was at Watford, mind you, because he knew out of the 10 goals he's getting this season, 3 or 4 of them are coming against Arsenal. And he famously called Arsenal a soft touch. towards the end of Arsene Wenger's era, even with Emery, guys like Lacazette and Aubameyang and Monreal and Ospina was their goalkeeper. There was nothing to fear about Arsenal. You knew that Arsenal would knock it about, but if you were to stick an elbow in their face, you would win the game on emotion. You would be able to beat them up.
Mm.
There's a famous picture with the Brighton players at, at the Emirates having a good old laugh because Brighton had beaten Arsenal on the last game of the season.
Mm.
But
I remember that
but
one.
when I looked at Arsenal yesterday
Yeah.
and you see the stature of Gabriel and Saliba and Declan Rice and you see Martin Odegaard was on the bench in the first half. Arsenal had set up a team that can now pass it with the best, but also scrap it out with the best. So Arsenal are not that team that you can just bully. Yes, perhaps we shed a light on their set pieces and we make fun and we say that they've become Stoke City 2.0. But what was Stoke City famous for? Stoke City was famous for being hard as nails, long throw ins,
Mm.
clean sheets, and not losing anything easily.
Yeah, I'm not
Remember with
convinced.
Tony
I'm not.
Pulis
I'm
and
not.
Ryan
Yeah,
Shawcross as the centre back.
yeah. I'm
So
not convinced
I
with
see
the.
Sidley taking it, if you're finding it difficult to give props to Arsenal
Nah,
and
fuck them.
Arteta, but just from a physicality point of view, and yes, Arteta's got these weird quirks of how he tries to galvanize his team, but even if he's the David Brent of football, he's getting the results. He came to Newcastle and he got a result in the last 10 minutes to win the game. What
Mm.
what is making me nervous as a Newcastle supporter? We've had one win in 6 Premier League games, and for all of
Mm.
Manchester United's disaster, they are above us in the table.
I think. I
So
think
what are we
anything,
talking about
any,
here?
anything that is that involves Man United gets blown out of proportion, rightfully so, because it's fucking funny and it's anger bait, as X likes to put it. When it comes to Arteta and crew, I'm not convinced. Okay, so I watched the game and he's mastered the art that was missing where you're speaking of, where he's able to win dirty. And I struggle with that. The reason I struggle with that is because I'm a piece of shit. In that Arsenal is known for playing beautiful football that you can watch. It's good for the eye and whatnot and whatnot. When they flip the script and they do these weird fucking things where the throws come in and they fucking elbow the keeper and whatnot, and then leave it to the ref to make the decision, be it is it a foul on the keeper or not a foul on the keeper and whatnot, and they call it, it's the dark art. No, it's not. It's cheating. Call it what it is. Like
Yeah,
you're pushing the envelope to see how far you can push, be it the ref or VAR. And I'm sure we will
yeah,
speak on VAR, and it's I wouldn't even say use in England, but anyway, Arteta and the team, the squad that is assembled, brilliant. That buy of Eze is for
mm,
me what is going to be the difference for them going forward. Because
mm,
if you think about it, the first two games that he played, where he benched Eze, I can't remember, was it against Man United? And was it Man United or Liverpool? Yeah, it was Liverpool. Sorry, it was Liverpool. Yeah,
Liverpool.
where he started with his three number
Martinelli.
sixes. No, Martinelli came
Yeah.
from the bench.
It was Zubamendi,
Zubamendi,
Rice.
the bloke, Rice, and the
Rice,
bloke that scored the equalizer this
M-
weekend,
uh,
Moreno.
Moreno.
Yes,
Mm,
and
Yeah.
he didn't put on Eze to start, and they were so boring, lethargic, just to say, like being like playing it nicely, because they didn't have any creativity. He learned that, oh, okay, cool, with Newcastle I can sacrifice one of the midfield players and put in a creative player,
Mm.
and that's Eze. And Eze
yeah,
was fucking brilliant. If we're being honest, the
Yeah, he
first
was.
half, it was
He
brilliant.
was.
There's a save that Pope makes, And I also struggle. I
Yeah.
also struggle. I think we'll speak on that. I also struggle when your keeper is your man of the match.
Yeah,
I get it. He's there to
Mm,
be the last line of defense, but the ask shouldn't be for your keeper to be man of the match. I think we've raised it before,
mm,
where
yes,
yeah, you want him to do great, but he can't be the man of the match.
yeah,
Reason being,
yeah.
that tells you that your defense is either non-existent or they
Mm,
are really going hard at you. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So is it brilliant? Saka is still, I don't think is 100% fit.
yeah,
And the play that the goal that comes in where what's his name fucking Jesus, sorry, not Jesus, Gabriel, dives like he's been
Gabriel.
stabbed with that blunt dagger. The irritating
mm,
part is, or the funny part, or the cynical in me sees is they do the same shit where they foul people to the extreme. So now, just because a lanky fucking 6'7" striker placed his hands on you to feel where you are, and now it needs to be called a foul all of a sudden
and
throughout.
then he goes and punches him in the face 2 minutes later.
Yeah, he
I saw
punches
that.
him.
We'll
He
speak on
punches
those
him.
questionable
Mm,
decisions because I think this game is the one game that reminds everyone how cheatable or how fucking crooked VAR is. I'm gonna get to the Liverpool game and the Salah goal. That was fucking pathetic. But
Yeah,
anyway, I missed the last 20 minutes because I had something to attend to. And then
yeah.
I get notification that you've considered one. The minute that you consider one in the 85th minute, I'm like, it's
You
changed. It's stopped.
knew, you knew
I
where it
just
was going.
the tide had turned. They get a corner,
mm,
and lo and behold, they win. Um, and they do this thing
mm.
that we laughed last season. It was last season and the season before, where they were leading up until Christmas. And in them leading up until Christmas, they were celebrating every win or every 3 point, like they've won the Champions League. They did
Yes,
that thing, and
Mm,
I was like, good shot. That means they still have it in them
mm.
to choke it out. Because
yeah,
I get it. St. James is a
Yeah.
fortress in that they haven't won since 23. It's about two
yeah,
years. It's about two
Mm,
seasons. They
mm.
will choke it up. For you to
you know,
celebrate
Damn.
that much, so
yeah,
sorry, I'll finish up. For you to celebrate
Mm,
the draw that you had against Liverpool, like that much, and then celebrate the 3 points that you walk away from a Newcastle team whom I don't think is firing on old squads. Sorry, on old cylinders. I had a look at that Newcastle side. There's but 3 players that I'd say, oh, very, very top notch. Pope stepped up. Tonelli in the middle, Bruno
yeah.
also. Your defense question marks the AJ, like
Mm,
huge question mark. Your attack, your boy is still new in the league and whatnot. He's lanky. Give him a cross, he will score. And Anthony and whatnot. Oh, is it Anthony? Sorry, I don't
yeah.
get his.
Gordon,
Yeah,
Gordon.
that.
Ilanga.
Yeah. Gordon. Sorry, yeah, Gordon.
Gordon.
Um, nah,
I'm
nah.
glad you
So
brought this up because
your squad is not the best that it can be. I think Isak was adding that wow factor into your squad. And
that's
your
where I want
boy,
you to go.
your German boy that has just joined is going to need a couple of games for him to be what he is. But two goals in 2 games don't hurt.
Now,
Yeah.
what worries me is that it's not going to be 5 or 6 games until he's up and running. It could be five or
Mm,
six months. It could be 1 or 2 years, because and this is where I just want to highlight the where we've come from, where we are, and where we'd like to go. We can agree that for all intents and purposes, Newcastle started 5 years ago.
After
mhm.
Mr. What's his name sold the squad to
When Ashley sold
the
when Ashley
Saudis that
sold the
can't,
team, we
yeah.
got new owners.
Mm,
Eddie, so we had a completely fresh slate, and the understanding of every player that we had bought was not for a sell-on project. The understanding was to buy young players that would come in and mold an entire next generation. So we are
mm,
expecting that Bruno and Tonali and Anthony Gordon. These people are going to be there for 10 years. They're going to be our versions of the Ryan Giggses, the David Beckhams, the Nicky Butts, for example. And we are overlooking, and I think Eddie Howe himself is he's been hurt, and he's been destabilized by one of his kids wanting to leave the house. And there's an
Mm,
entire alchemy. You correctly say, at this moment, there's not one single player who, as an individual, stands out and could walk into a Liverpool or a City or a Chelsea. On his best day, yes, Tonali can go and play for a top team. But on current form, he's a squad player. He's not somebody that is actually going to win you a game. I don't see Tonali scoring 10, 12 goals
mm,
a season. I don't see Tonali.
yeah,
I think he got the cross for Voldemort yesterday. But
Mm.
generally,
yeah, it did.
Bruno Guimaraes is not a Steven Gerrard.
Yet.
Jonathan is not Frank Lampard. Tonali is not
Mm,
Pirlo. And you rightly say that we had we've got a crown of gold, but Isaac was the jewel in that crown.
Yeah.
Isaac
Yeah.
made it
yeah.
look like royalty.
Mm.
Now
Yep.
you've taken the diamond out, and we're like, yo, bro, you've just got something on your head. What is this?
Mm,
And I don't think that even Eddie Howe knows how to gear this team toward what he has available. The entire team had
mm,
been coached. In Isak was there for 3 years. In Isak's first year, I think we finished seventh or eighth. We could have finished seventh, and then Chelsea had won. There was some technicality that knocked us down, so we didn't make the Conference League. But in Isak's first season, we had finished seventh. Then his second season, he scored 23 goals, and his third season, he scored 25 or 26 to get his move. So that shows you that the team had to work around Isak's best traits.
it sucked.
Jacob Murphy
Mm,
had to become a different player. Eddie Howe had to become a different manager to accommodate your best player or to get the best out of your
mm,
best player.
Yeah.
And we had
All you
really,
did was pass the ball to him, and then that's it. He does the magic.
yes, and we, and
mm,
what's clear
That
is,
reliance is what's costing you. I asked the
yes, we had
question.
hedged our bets on one player, and that
I,
guy's
I,
mm,
gone. The rest of them don't know what to do.
yeah, I've asked,
mm,
and I've made this note before that your ambitions for Europe um are going to be tested in the next couple of seasons, in a couple of months.
mm,
Couple of
Reason
months.
being, yeah, reason being, at some point, you need a manager who is able to attract top talent.
Mm,
Your
mm,
area, Newcastle is I love St James. I love watching football there because the fans are dedicated. They a bunch of scoundrels. Love it for them. That's their look, beautiful. But there has to be that pull, and you can't offer money right now. Reason being of PSR and whatever the fuck you are restricted to. There has to be a manager that comes in, like a Conte of some sort, like a
mm.
world, like a Zinedine Zidane. He's free. Get it
mm.
done.
I don't think Anna.
Wait,
No, Zidane would
Would be a
never
good
hold
fit,
on.
come
but
to
I
Newcastle.
hear what you're
I,
saying.
I'm taking a
From an
piss.
ego, from
Hold
the
on,
stature of a man.
hold on. I'm taking a piss, but I'm painting a picture for you. Watch the picture and
Mm,
just think about it. Zidane comes
Yeah,
to fucking Newcastle. That's a statement. The whole world is going to be watching. Best talent is going to be like, yo, shit, I'm going Newcastle because they're
yeah.
interested in. And then you've got just Eddie Howe. What has he done? You yo-yo into Europe like it's going out of fashion. No, man.
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
And you are apparently
mm,
the richest club in the world.
mm,
yeah. But remember, at the end of the day, Sihle, and it's what the club
mm,
generates. You know. Hence, on
Yo,
my end, I'm so
you
it's I find it. I'm very
Dala, what you
critical.
must
I'm very critical with
take the
on take the
thank you. I
fine.
keep on telling you, I can't teach you everything. But anyway, that's my TED talk around that.
Yeah. I don't know, no, bro. You guys have said a mouthful, and I fully agree with each and every statement you guys have made. Right? Um, for me, it's way two for
Thank
Newcastle
Mm.
United.
you. Crossroads right now.
Now,
Like
that
Bonta
is
said it. You're on
yeah,
crossroads. You need to make a decision.
yeah, because another thing is Sitle is that there's Champions League as well. I don't know who you guys play this
A
week.
team from Belgium,
You guys,
Union Stadion or something like that.
that team is good, bro. That team is good. Belgium teams, guys, they are very good in the Champions League. Them and Brugge.
Mm.
They are not they're not walking in the park because I watched that team against PSV Eindhoven and they were
And
away.
they beat them.
The way they were popping it in the Netherlands,
Mm.
I was shocked. And as well, they're the reigning champions. They're the reigning league champions for Belgium. So it's very difficult where you are now. You played Arsenal, you lost.
Last time.
Now your manager has to regalvanize the team again. Guys, it's Champions
Yeah.
League. You know what I mean? It's that time for us to hear that anthem.
Yes.
And for that anthem, it requires you guys to play at a high level, you know. So for me, it's what two like on your end is you sound like you you defeated
Odds, odds,
AJ.
odds,
So I just wanted
odds,
to check
odds,
on
odds
your
is just
end.
gonna close this off. Thank you.
Yeah,
He's taking you.
has
He's
reached
taking
his
you as far
level.
as he can. It's now time to. It's time for
But
someone better equipped to take you. You
what
know. You know this.
you know it's crazy. You know it's crazy before you jump in. They never say this about Arteta, dog, who has been there for such a long time in comparison to Eddie Howe.
Nah, I
Yeah.
think Arsenal.
Think about it.
Arsenal have suffered.
Like they don't
Arsenal have suffered enough to have an understanding to want to stick it out.
what.
And if it
Well,
doesn't, if this is the
Howe
season,
won a
this is the season
trophy
where
recently,
it has to come together. If it doesn't, I'm here for it.
but it's
No,
not.
so
It's not
I
gonna
don't
come
want you to get me
together. You know
wrong.
that.
It's I don't have a binary
Yeah,
irritation with Eddie Howe, but
yeah.
it's more of a thermometer. If temperature
Ooh.
99 gets you
Mm.
fired, I'm starting to feel like I'm at 65. And I just
Okay,
want him to do something to reduce the fever.
okay.
Panado nyana,
Yeah, I know.
paracetamol nyana, and whatnot.
Panado, you know.
Or you want him to take the
Yeah,
thermometer and put it in the bum bum like the kids do.
yeah.
Seriously.
So reach 99 very quickly in that way, dog. It's gonna be
Sorry, kids.
No, Eddie's got
yeah.
credit in
And
the
let's talk
bank.
about
And
yeah.
this is why I started by talking about Newcastle because the controversy of the game is easy to notice.
Mm,
Gabriel punched our striker in the face after he scored. Gabriel then makes a
100%.
handball at 1-1. So
Bro, literally.
the same player that should not be on the field, the same player when he is on the field makes a handball that is a clear and obvious penalty. That guy then goes and scores the
Mm,
winner. So there's a lot to be sore about. But I'm
yeah.
not focusing on two moments in a 90-minute match when I saw
Mm,
you from minute one happy to concede possession, happy to watch the ball be knocked around you, and and this is why I give Arteta credit because I've not seen a confident ball playing Arsenal like that in a while. That can also
mm,
have a scrap if you want it to come down to that. There were moments that
mm.
Arsenal kept the ball like Barcelona did against us, and they knocked it about.
Yep.
Arteta at moments looks every bit of Pep Guardiola's apprentice. But now he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
starting to factor in the Tony Pulis stuff, where if you want the game
Mm,
to get ugly, it's no problem. We can do that as well. And they beat us.
Yeah, but
So
I think you've got a you right now, and I'm hoping we move on from Newcastle. You've got that air of Sunday League about you. I don't know what's going on in your club. It's like for vibes, and it's nice to have you in the league.
yes,
Next season you're not gonna qualify for
yeah.
Europe, but you'll make it.
And
You'll end up like I don't know middle and whatnot. So there's like that air of uncertainty, which is an irritation because
mm,
I think the fans are present and the fans want to celebrate something. Eddie Howe should have called it a day after winning the trophy, like ended on a high.
yeah.
And another thing is that guys, just to add, you don't want your club to qualify for Champions League this season, then the following season they drop out, then they qualify again. There needs to be a level of consistency with
Eh,
your club. You see, with
Thank you.
Arsenal, as much as we call them out as and say they shit, at least now they've reached that level where they consistently qualify for Champions League.
And they're
That
consistently the
is
first
something that
loser
we
when it
all
comes to
know.
the league. But anyway, I'm gonna
Facts.
quote a famous poet who went and said, "You
Yeah.
either die a superhero or you live long enough to become a villain." That's Eddie Howe right now.
Mm,
Next
What
topic,
Eddie
please.
did do very well, I just want to finish with Eddie. What he did very well when he came in, because
mm,
Newcastle is an emotional place.
mm.
And you rightly say it's a place of vibes. The guys love a pint.
Yeah.
They want to shout and scream at the match. And if we can score in the first 20 minutes, then the crowd gets on side and becomes the 12th man to win you the game. And Eddie Howe did very well to galvanize that emotion in the beginning because we needed to survive relegation. We were
Yeah.
where Wolves are now when the takeover happened. We hadn't won a game in the first 9 games or 10 games, something ridiculous like that. So Eddie Howe had to get the emotion going, but I don't see that we are maturing as a football club. I don't see us playing the full 90. If there's no goal in the first 20 minutes, the crowd goes flat. The players don't actually know what to do because we're just playing on vibes. And I spoke to a mate last week after the Barcelona game, and I said to him, Newcastle is rock and roll, is H2O. We Tomorrowland. You first pumping and vibes. But then you play Barcelona and they're an orchestra. You've got people who have
Mm.
timed the violins. The violins will come in when the cello is done. When the cello's
We have
done,
the
the
cello.
trumpets resound, and they're playing the
Yeah,
full
yeah. And then the
song.
harmonica.
They're playing the
And then the
full
harmonica in
song.
the background.
Newcastle are not playing a
Yeah.
full song. We just bang, 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 and hoping that you hear something.
I
Mm.
don't know if the
It's
bang bang.
like a
I don't know if
drummer.
the bang bang is speaking to the population numbers in Newcastle. If you get my drift. But anyway, I think we can move on from that.
Yeah, let's move over to Chelsea. Already Crystal is on your case. You know,
When
back to back
if it was anyone
losses.
else, I'd be like, oh, but it's Krizo. Fuck that.
But it was,
I think
Ah!
my team tends to self destruct, and this is pure petulance
Mm,
from. I wouldn't even say it's a young squad, but like fuck, they're in irritation. Where two games two
mm,
games, two reds. So you
mhm,
can see there's a theme there. It's either one of two things. It's either ill discipline or yeah, it's yeah, ill discipline, or it's moments that they don't know what to do in those certain moments. Because I think as a manager, you map out the game, the whole
mm,
game, and you play out all the different scenarios, and you say, okay, cool. If we first half and we're leading and whatnot, this is what we do. If we're leading by how many goals, this is what we do and whatnot. So there's an understanding where you break the game down in little chunks because that's how you finish an end effect. End effect, you like small yana chunks. But with my team, individual errors are costing us points.
mm,
Against United, Sanchez, individual error.
yeah, yeah.
Allow what's his name to score. And we gather as a team and we thingy. This past weekend, what's his name? I forgot this Brazilian kid now. Oh, fuck yeah. Um,
Augusto,
no, not Augusto. Augusto had a fucking horror show. It wasn't Augusto. It was this kid Santos.
Estevão.
No,
Oh,
no,
son.
Santos.
Santos, yes.
Santos.
So he has
Mm,
a terrible back pass, like a short back pass to what's his name, to the man that has cut his hair now, and yeah, we spoke on that. Chalaba,
Chalaba.
and Chalaba doesn't have a choice. Well, he has a choice,
Mm,
but he chooses the lesser. He chooses the stupid one, where he decides to go to the player, but he can see that he won't reach the ball. But anyway, it's in the moments and
Mm,
whatnot. So these moments are key into defining what is going to be Chelsea's season. One thing that has come out of this that I appreciate, but I'm also angered by, is the board coming out and saying we are backing you in Enzo. This came out yesterday. But
That's a
the
red flag, eh?
irritations that's what I
That's
was
a
gonna
red
get.
flag.
The irritations that are coming in is he needs to remind these kids that in as much as they're kids, sadly their actions have a greater impact on how or where we will end up. Two L's. We're not the first team to take two L's in a row,
Mm,
and
Yep.
we're not going to be the last team. So
mm,
from here
Mm-hmm.
on, we can either do one of two things. We can go right ahead and say, oh, poor us, we've been beaten by two teams that we should have won, one Brighton, one Man United, and whatnot. The red cards against us. Or we can say, this is the start of our season. These
mm.
mistakes should not happen again. These red cards that we keep on collecting over and over should not happen because they are taking away 3 points.
Yeah.
Brighton, we're ahead, and lo and behold, concede, red card, concede 2 goals. That's it. 3 points gone. This is at home. United concede stupid error by Sanchez. Get a red card.
Sanchez.
5 minutes
Yeah.
of first 5 minutes of the game or first 8 minutes of the game. I say
Mm.
5 minutes for dramatics. And that sets the tone for the whole game. Now you have to take an attacking player, put in a defensive or to replace the keeper, and you've lost your threat. Because playing against United, it's easy. You flood the middle. If it's
Should
11 v
be. I
11,
want to ask you how you feel. How do you feel about
uh,
Reece James as a leader? He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who organizes things
nah,
when adversity strikes.
nah, I don't have anything bad to say about him. I've watched him speak. He's learning on the job. And
Okay.
Enzo, because Enzo needs to have an understanding of his substitutions when it comes to red cards. They always fuck him over. He doesn't know how to substitute when we get a red card. This,
He goes way too
yes.
defensive.
The first
Chelsea.
goal,
Way too
the first goal
defensive.
Yeah.
that comes in,
Mm.
right? Freaking, who's that kid on the wing? I forgot his name now. That African kid. The
Which one?
Brighton, not believe in the middle. But anyway,
Mintek.
Mitek, yes.
Manta,
He is the
Yeah.
outlet,
Newcastle
right?
player. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
he is the outlet. And Rhys James had him under control. They decide bring in Gusto, pull James in the middle. Fucking big mistake. First try. We know what
Yeah.
this kid is going to do. He's going to hug the touchline, cut inside. Gusto is fucking playing with his balls and misses the whole damn thing. Guess what? From there, we concede.
Yeah.
Like it was that
Uh,
predictable. If Betway had one of those plays where you can predict how the next goal is going to happen and you get money for it, I think a lot of people would have said, yeah, the goal is going to come from an assist from that wing.
There is already a six
yeah.
pointer coming up that could be season
Yeah.
defining for two teams. Chelsea play
Mm.
Liverpool on Saturday at 6:30.
Yeah.
It's somebody is going to lose consecutive games.
No,
And
Yeah.
I
last
don't
consecutive game.
know
I've
if
got Europe. I've
Liverpool
got
are
Europe.
going to lose two consecutive games.
I've got Europe this week. I've got three
Yeah.
injuries. João Pedro is injured. They are monitoring him. Moises Caicedo is injured because they overran the boy. Because 2 matches in a row we're
Yeah.
playing with 10 men. Like what fuckery is that? And they
Yeah.
didn't have a preseason. We had a proper tournament. But anyway,
Listen to a
I'm
Chelsea
not.
man telling me they don't have a squad.
No,
You
no,
got
I
like
didn't say
50
Yeah.
that.
players,
No,
The
bro.
no, hold
dog.
on. Calm,
I'm
calm
also
yourself. Hey, Eddie
mystified
Howe,
as to
Eddie
what this
Howe,
guy is
and
saying.
whatever your manager's
What?
name is. I'm not
What?
saying
50
that.
players.
All I'm saying, we are fucking Chelsea. We need to remind everyone who the fuck we are. Squad
Yeah.
depth and discipline. Right now, we're not disciplined. We've got the squad depth, and what squad depth without? Sorry, what squad depth with all these fucking red cards that we're getting?
Mm.
Because
Mm.
during the game,
Hey man.
but anyway, that's me. I'm not the
Do,
one
do you
to
Yeah.
see
it's
do you
done
see
and whatnot.
Chelsea
It's not.
beating Liverpool
Yeah.
on Saturday
I
at
do.
Stamford Bridge?
I do.
At the
I
bridge.
walk into every game, be it Madrid, be it Bayern and whatnot. I've got faith in them boys. faith is misplaced. No, no,
Joke. And then and then,
dude, you support Man
no, no,
United.
I
Hold on, X.
just
You support Man United. You don't know what it
wait.
means to be behind the badge. You,
Listen,
I'll tell the world. You dropped a bar before the game started. You said, "Watch
that
Henderson
I'm
control the middle of the park." That was funny, but it was the
because
truth.
you know
Hold
why?
on,
It's because
but
I'm a tactical person. I see
You
these things
saw it
before
don't
they
happening.
say
happen. I
that.
look at
But you
how,
don't say that because like that
yeah.
was you the butt of the joke. But like
No, it's the truth.
anyway,
It's the
so I don't.
truth,
Yeah.
my guy. And I mean, I'm a person who believes in the truth. We're in an era where the truth sounds like hate to people who hate to hear the truth. So I'm bringing back the truth, and that's it. As much as I support Man United, if I see what they're doing is horseshit, it's
Yeah.
horseshit. Period. It doesn't
But
change,
anyway,
bruh. I just
on
wanted to read
Chelsea,
Busiso's thingy
like
comment. Yeah, where it says Chelsea is a business, right? And have moved on from trying to challenge immediately to trying to sign young players and sell them on.
um,
Do you agree with what he's
nah, I
saying?
think
No,
Turn
I
his
what's
name
his
don't
to
agree
name?
with that.
business and not
Hold
I
from
on,
think that's
hold
an
on.
football.
easy
Oh,
argument.
Shivar raised the exact same thing. There's talks online
Mm,
about this. And
mm,
if that's the Americans' business model, it wouldn't
mm,
hurt for us to win trophies along the way. I don't give a shit about the business
mm,
side of football. The only thing I care about as a fan are trophies. If right
mm,
now we win either the league or Champions League, and then Real Madrid come for Enzo the middle, or Caicedo, I wouldn't have a problem letting him go. Reason being, if that's the
mhm,
model that they want to take, where it's business, they're gonna make money, give me trophies.
No, I think that's a very,
mm,
it's a very, let me say, undercooked comment, to be polite. Um, Chelsea won. They won the Conference Cup final against Real Betis. They
yeah.
were 1-0 down at halftime. They showed real tactical
Mm,
nous and some grit. I think they
Beat
ended up
PSG,
winning that game
PSG in the final
4-1.
that everyone is all of a sudden fucking forgot.
yeah.
They then went on to the USA and they became the best club in the world. So this is clearly somebody that is only allowed 200 characters to formulate an opinion, and this is what he has come
Mm,
out with.
Yeah,
It's not
there's
true.
talk online. There's talk online about that. That talk is
mm,
about the money. If it is about the money, give me trophies. I don't give a shit. Sorry.
No, that's
I,
not
I
true.
think everyone
yeah.
starts to
Chelsea is
care.
a winning club.
Everyone's yeah, thank you. Everyone starts to care that, oh,
Mm,
you spend 130K on 130 mil on Isak and whatnot. Yeah, because we want to win.
Yes,
It's not my
mm,
money. Sure,
yes.
fine. It affects me. When I go and I buy my replica shirt, where it will cost 1,700 instead of costing 1,500. But
Yeah.
it's minimal.
mm.
I don't give a shit. Spend all the money you want as long as you give me a trophy.
Guys, we need to discuss why Man United
Yeah.
lost 3-1 and nobody is even surprised or
That's
cares.
that's
That's
that
the sad.
that is
That's the sad part, bro. Is that
It's just normal.
it just shows you. No, it just shows you the lack of. Okay, personally, I feel as if the local fan base at Manchester, the standards they've allowed this club to drop their standards. I mean, as for someone who has seen Man United lift everything, you know, multiple times, I've witnessed this in my lifetime, and I'm only 33 years old. So I'm a young man. I still believe I'm young, right?
2 years,
You you
in
speak,
2 years' time, once you reach 35, you'll not be classified as a young man. You'll be a grown ass man,
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. It's cool. It's so good. It's so good, right? But I'm just saying that for a club that generates the sort of income we generate, right? For a club that has the brand that we have, that is strong and solid, we can't be accepting such
Yeah.
mediocrity in my end. I feel like this is it's been going on for way too long,
Mm.
and we need change. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with fans being afraid of change. Change is necessary. I mean, I saw it with Wolves last season when they brought in their new coach. They went on a 6-game winning run. If you look at the table right now, if you win 6 games straight, bro, you are in a very favorable position on the log. If let's say your club goes on a 6-game winning run right now, Adrian, I'm sure you guys are gonna be well. You climb the table very
Yeah.
quickly. So for me, I just we all know the manager did say that he's refusing to change his philosophy and he's going to stick with making this substitution that he always does, where he takes out a defender and puts in another defender, which for me is nonsensical. So you're telling me the center back is the most important person in your
Yeah.
formation?
Nah,
That
dude,
alone is a red
dude.
flag
Your
of
guy,
note.
your guy hasn't won successive games in over a year since he
It's
started.
Listen
Yeah.
ridiculous.
to that.
So
I want to
now
take.
It's
let's
ridiculous.
talk about
Yeah.
the starting 11 that he has. Let's not focus on the
Mm.
whole team. Fuck the whole team. Let's focus on the one problem that you have as
Mhm.
Man United, which is either the middle or defense, depending on how you look at it. Defense, your defense is very
I
slow.
say it's the
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
middle.
no, start
Sorry,
it down.
your middle is
The
your
middle.
defense in your middle, very slow, very lethargic. But anyway, this fucker. So
Mm.
I'm gonna go and share because I love viewing this so I can just because I've got pictures in my head and sometimes I'm not the best in like verbalizing what I'm thinking.
Yeah, let's
Who
check.
did you play? Brentford. So this is the starting 11 that you have against Brentford, right? Let me know you can see my screen.
Okay, choose. Yeah, now we are about to see it.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So I can tell you now how Brentford is going to play. Brentford, they're going to catch you on the counter,
Mm.
meaning that this fucker here in Henderson is good at these long ass balls,
Hmm.
meaning that when you attack them and you've pushed, he can then check it in with his space that you've left.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
the mindset of a person who views the opponent as an opponent and tries to study them will tell you Maguire right in the middle, Delict on this side. The
No
three,
pace.
okay, Shaw has got a bit of pace. This fucker here is slow as freaking falling
He's
cement.
as
And
John Terry. He's as slow as John Terry. Yeah.
thank you, but John Terry was very smart in his positioning.
Yeah, but we're talking
The
about
first
pace
goal,
here.
hold on. The first goal, who's to blame? It's as simple as they come.
Yeah.
You are on the attack, you push a bit too far than you should. Maguire goes right ahead and forgets that, oh shit, I'm the last player. Henderson chucks the ball over.
Oh,
Everyone who was watching that first goal was like, nah, man, has to be
By the
offside.
way,
Because the amount of
see,
yeah.
speed,
it's exactly the same
yeah,
goal that they had conceded against Man City when Erling Haaland was
Yep.
played in
thank you.
behind and Maguire was left on the halfway line by himself.
Thank you. So
Ah.
I asked myself that, oh, okay, you are so special, Mr. Man United himself, that you don't want to conform to what the opponent is going to do. You're going to be so stubborn, you are wanting to play your style.
Yes.
You're not Pep. Pep's first season, he ended up third because he went and he said, you guys are going to play my style of football. But as AJ put it, Pep has got some bank in the some credit in the
Credit.
bank, so he
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck. He's a fucking
Yeah.
genius. And I look at your middle. Your middle has question marks and whatnot. I think X, you put it nicely where you said you're like a donut where the middle is just
Yeah.
Yeah.
missing.
We don't have ball
And
retention at
Yeah.
all. And in football, if you can't retain the ball, you're
Yeah.
screwed. That's like the primary, like even when I was in primary
Yeah.
school, they
and
used to
then
teach us ball
Keep
skills,
the
just passing to one another.
thank
That's
you.
all. And then
And
the
then the
special
other
guys,
problem that
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
other
You can
problem
go.
that no one wants to speak
Mm,
on is this man here. You've missed the train. You should have sold him for that 100 million,
we should have.
cash that
But I
in,
did sell.
and yeah, but the train is gone. So there's fuck all you can do now. He is
Yeah.
right now.
Mm,
What are the what are the economic terms when he's a liability? That's the word I was looking for.
yeah.
This man here, this number 10 of yours, he is good when he feels like it.
Which one?
Homeboy
Cunha
is over
or
here. He pushes. I was
mm,
talking about Cunha. Homeboy over
yeah.
here. He works, my guy.
Yeah, it does.
But
Momo's trying, bro.
yeah,
And
he
and
he works. You can't put it. And I've got question marks around your. But anyway,
I think I think he's
back
gonna
to.
be fine. I think Cisco's gonna be fine. We just need to fix our midfield. We need to get a new manager because clearly this guy is not going to change any of this. And another
So
thing, guys, another thing. Oh, if you could show the formation again, bro. Another thing
Sure,
that
so
I keep
for
I,
you,
yeah, yeah. I just wanted to also touch on the thing is that Cunha, I feel like Cunha and Fernandez, they take up similar
Yes,
positions. You know,
same
they
player.
take up similar
yes,
position
Yes,
and they are shoot first players.
yeah,
So they don't give a damn if they see
yes.
if the ball is on either player's foot and they have an opportunity to shoot, they will shoot immediately. They will never ever pass or assist, which is also another
You can't have
issue.
too many
And
greedy players. You can't have too
yeah,
many greedy players on the field at the same
just
time.
just on
but
that, there's nothing wrong with
Mm,
having a two-man midfield if both of them are
mm,
disciplined. If you look at
yeah,
Brentford's formation, Henderson and
mm,
Yarmolenko are not leaving that responsibility of protecting the back
they're not.
four.
they're not.
But if you
They're not.
just
Yeah,
come back down to United's lineup, as soon as the game starts, Bruno leaves
This
Ugarte
man
in a
gets attracted.
lurch, and
Yes.
Bruno goes and
Yeah,
stands
I
next to
saw that.
Sesko. And Cunha stands next
Yes.
to
yep.
Sesko. And Mbumo stands next to
You
Yeah.
see,
Sesko. So there's not even width out wide. Another issue that nobody is highlighting is Mbemo was signed as a number 11. He was signed he
mm,
was signed as an inverted right winger or a seven these days,
right
the
wing.
right
Yeah,
winger. But he would hug the touch line for Brentford, cut in and score a lot of those Iron Robin kind of goals because he had the
Yeah.
space to
yeah.
work with. Now you've bought a guy as a winger and you are not playing him as a winger. You're playing him in a
We're
10.
not.
So there's no, every time
Yeah.
you
And
see
you
Mbemo get the ball, he doesn't have the space to work with and is not that kind of
so
Yeah.
technical player that's
this
going to play the
space
through pass.
this space here, I don't know if it shows this place
Mm,
space here,
Yeah.
it ends up with too many players.
Yes.
Okay. Cunha gets attracted there. Bruno gets attracted because that's where
yeah.
they love to be. To play that 0.5, that 9.5 player where anything that falls off, they are there
Yes.
first to make. They've got. I'm not gonna lie, Cunha and Bruno. They've got the magic dust. They've got that wow factor where they can just do impossible things with the ball. Okay, Bruno
Mm.
can't take penalties anymore. But anyway, they've got that magic sauce. Okay,
Yeah.
and you can't take that away from. Um, but like right
Yeah.
now, the width is gone. Okay, cool. I get
Yeah.
it. Who's your Ahmad? I know he's got a
It's
family bereavement and whatnot.
yeah.
May yeah, I think condolences as a group. But
Mm,
it's exposing that too many players here. It's players of the similar ilk playing for the same team.
As soon
mm,
as you've got two players
yeah.
that can screen your back four, uh, uh,
Yeah.
Pep played three midfielders, but he let Foden cook and he left Reinders and Rodri to be the two players to
Yeah.
screen.
But
Burnley did a similar thing and they lost with a last minute penalty. And if you look here,
mhm.
Henderson and Yama look, Henderson's assist came from deep
Disciplined.
because he just hit
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
long. But he never left that
That ball was from.
situation.
He was here. He he was literally here when he passed that ball.
Yes, and he never left that situation. But as soon as the game starts, you see Bruno go on walkabout.
Yeah.
Guys, if we're being honest,
100%.
if we're being honest, this particular role here, this six role and whatnot, not a lot of players can play where it's just one thing.
Yeah.
No,
But
not in
More
this
Ogati
day and
people.
is
age.
Yeah.
being asked.
No, not today.
Nah,
Uh,
Ogati is
it's
being
only
asked to actually play that particular
Alone.
role, and yeah,
alone.
and he plays it
I,
alone because this guy doesn't really like tracking.
he
And
doesn't.
when he tracks back, he reminds everyone that he tracked back.
Yes.
And he loves
Mhm.
pointing that you should be there and whatnot, and he forgets about
And then he
himself.
Yeah.
misses the penalty
You
when we
know
give
what,
it to him.
guys? Guys, I'm also gonna say something that I also feel is currently happening. This is with management, top management. I believe the problem is with us, Man United. We allowed our CEO to be the one to pick our manager.
Yeah.
And he knows
It's
nothing
not meant to
about.
be the CEO to it's not the CEO's job to select the manager, it's the director of football's job to select the manager because the manager and the director of football have to see football from the same lens. They have to build a relationship
Yeah.
as far as from a recruitment standpoint, who we bring in, who we sell, what formations are we going to implement, so on and so forth. I feel Wilcox. I look at Wilcox, a guy who used to be at Manchester City, who is a possession based type
Yeah.
person. I don't think him and Amorim like each other. Or I don't think he likes Amorim
Mm.
personally.
Yeah,
And the
because you
only
can see he's
reason
a
why
fraud.
Amorim is in is because the CEO is still stubborn.
Yeah.
The CEO doesn't want to take the accountability and say, you know what, guys,
I
I made a
messed up.
mistake. I messed up.
It's gonna
Let's
die. It's gonna
let's
die
let's
on that
hundred
on
percent,
that cross. So I
hundred
think
percent.
my
So
solution. I was
yeah,
laughing. I was
mm,
laughing two
yeah.
folds. Let me not lose my train of thought.
Mm.
Mason Mount coming in and playing on the wing killed me. That was fucking
That's
funny.
that for me, my guy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it just
That
shows
was
you that this
hilarious.
guy's not serious about life. He
Yeah,
keeps
yeah. That
doing the
was.
same thing over and over again and hoping
Yeah.
for us to get results, and we're not. And
It,
watch against Sunderland. Sunderland are a very good team on the ball.
Mm.
Shaka, Enzo Lefebvre are going to run the show again. Don't be
yeah.
surprised when it happens. And this is
I
not
was
me being
chatting.
negative, but this is me looking at their attributes and looking at how Sunderland play. They've got good players who are good on the ball. So with Man United, especially under against Amorim, you just need to be very competent on the ball, and that's all.
Well,
Just you
There's a
being
word.
competent,
There's
you
a
will
word that's
win.
being thrown around. There's a word that's
Mm,
being thrown around that it's compact. Man United don't know how to be compact.
well,
Everyone goes on a freaking free dilly willy thingy because
mm,
and they look confused when the ball comes. It's like,
yeah.
okay, how are we gonna defend? Because Maguire does a hop and a skop,
Mm,
a hop before the ball comes in, where he
mm,
is. You can see that he's trying to be a robot, where he's being told, oh, okay,
yeah.
you need to make sure that the striker is behind you so that it's offside because
Mm.
he jumps and by then it's too late.
Too
yeah.
That
late. It's too
the,
late.
What's making it
it's
You
gone.
can't
easy?
even.
The body of work for beating Man United is becoming more and more extensive. So
Mm,
Sunderland don't need to go far for any
they
information.
don't.
All they got to do is have a look at Brentford's formation, Brentford's setup. Burnley was very successful at Old
Study
Trafford.
that
They
for a
lost in
week.
the last minute.
Yeah.
Man City were very effective in stopping Man United from playing. So it's become clear if we play a double pivot and stop the number 10s getting into our back four, then we've got an opportunity of releasing on the break and we can do Man United some
Mm,
damage. And what I want to highlight is when Oliver Glasner went to Crystal Palace 2 years ago, Crystal Palace had this
mm,
yo-yo between Patrick Vieira and Roy Hodgson, and then Vieira and Hodgson, and they weren't
yeah.
quite sure in which direction they wanted to go. Glasner came in and changed the script. He played
Mm,
3-4-3 with the two wingers coming in as number 10s. One was Eze, the other
mm,
one was Olise. So, in
mm.
fairness, Glasner also plays the same formation every week. But
Yeah.
but he is now 17. Well, they beat Liverpool. It's 18 games
Yeah.
unbeaten. So
Let's segue to him. Yeah, we
That's
segueing. Yeah, we
It's
segueing to that.
discipline, my
Yeah.
guy. That team looks compact as fuck. That
They
team,
are
they
very.
look
they're
drilled,
drilled. They look
and
And
drilled.
you can
They look like they
see
want
when
to
a
play.
yeah.
manager demands, yeah, you can see when a manager demands respect from players. In that, well, I know respect is earned, but I don't see that with Man United.
Yeah,
But with
Yeah.
Palace, I'm like, geez,
But
dog.
another thing is okay, it's the same, it's a similar formation, right? However, with Glasner, they are more compact. There's no space, there's not a lot of space between
yes,
players. So it's yeah, that's another thing with us. It's that our players are so isolated. You saw the third goal. Mbeumo was isolated and then he got pressed. And then when we got pressed, we were in
released it.
trouble
Yeah,
because there was no one behind us. So there weren't any I think it was a 2-on-2
yeah,
situation where the guy had
Is
the opportunity to go
Yeah.
for goal. But with Glasner has the team
same, exactly
compact.
the same
Yeah,
formation, but they've got this
yeah,
player here, they've got this boy here,
yeah. Wharton,
Often good
yeah,
they've got
player.
Wharton
this boy,
is a
they've got this
baller.
boy here. He's
Yeah, he's a
smooth, he's
baller.
smooth,
Tell me, X, who signed
disciplined, doesn't lose the
this
ball.
goalkeeper Bayenda? And why does Amarin insist on
Paendas,
playing him?
I think Paenda has been there, bro. I think he's from our academy. He's been in our team,
He's not
and
good.
you know
Ah,
what's
but
sad?
guys,
And you know what's sad? Even Dean Henderson is from our
Yes.
academy, and look at what he's doing
Tell
for
us.
Palace. You know, I
but
mean,
guys,
yeah,
let's be honest. Let us be honest. Even when it's fine. I wouldn't use that example, stupid example that I thought of. It doesn't mean that if the if your number one keeper goes away, then by nature number two inherits
Yes.
mm,
that particular role, and that's what looks like might have happened at
Yeah.
United. That boy is fucking shit. I get the first goal was beautiful to watch. Um, the third goal where it was a rocket right in the middle. I thought there was a deflection, only to
Yeah.
find there
Just
wasn't.
went through his
He's
hand.
already on the floor.
He dived past the ball.
Like, and the objective as a keeper in such situations is you come out to be big, and you can't be big when you're on your knees. And that guy looked like he was on his knees begging for mercy.
Yeah.
mm,
Um, and I love it for United in that they allow their players to have the view that if someone is in front of you and they leave, you inherit. Doesn't matter how the performance is, but you will
yeah.
inherit that.
Hence, I say Wilcox needs to they need to do the right thing so that Wilcox can select our next manager. Then best believe these players that are signed, they're not for Amarin. They are club signings. We are literally using the
I
model
say
that
get
most teams.
relegated. I agree with you, X. I
Nah,
say relegated,
nah, nah,
rebuilding
nah, nah,
from the
nah, nah,
fucking.
nah, nah, nah,
Once you
nah.
get relegated, these guys will, the
Nah.
Americans will have to sell and because they
You
don't want
know,
to be fucking associated. But
Yeah.
in the mafia, every boss of a family will have
Mhm.
his underlings and his soldiers and people that work for the family. But
Yeah.
there is one special guy who's the right hand man that all instructions and
Mhm.
advice is taken from and given to.
thank you.
The consigliere.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me ask you,
Yeah.
who is Ratcliffe's ride or die right hand man? Because Barada is talking in one ear, Dan Ashworth was talking in one ear, Wilcox is in one ear. Barada
Mm.
and Dan Ashworth had a disagreement about the hiring of
Mm.
Amarin. Ashworth wanted Gareth Southgate
Yeah.
or even Eddie
Yeah.
Howe. Barada
Saudi boy
Yeah.
is coming.
Barada insisted on getting Amarin. Maybe even because there was rumors that Liverpool and City had interviewed Amarin. So he
Hundred
thought, okay, we need to go
percent.
for this guy because he's the next best thing. But now
See,
Radcliffe is there a year, maybe longer.
yeah, it's like a
It's close
year
to a
or
year.
Radcliffe
so
is there a
now.
year and
Yeah.
he's got to tear up the script again. So that's my
He has
question.
to.
Who is Radcliffe's right hand man to take these decisions and listen to?
But
No, hence
this is
I
my view.
say,
This is my view on Radcliffe. He's a broke billionaire, and he walks around like a broke billionaire. I
mm,
don't think he's got the best interest of Man United. If we're being honest, he's a businessman first more than anything. He's
mm,
seeing all the dividends that these Americans are taking out of the club, and I don't think he's going to fucking make the. He's going to go and be invested in the football. You getting rid of the aunties in the kitchen and whatnot, and next thing you announce fucking best profits that you've ever
Yeah,
seen. That's bullshit.
yeah.
Like
mm,
that's disgusting. That is disgusting. And I think the faith in him coming to save the club is very much misplaced. He's a business person first, and he will then speak about the football every now and then.
Mm,
He did something
mm,
very, very, which I thought was like brilliant textbook business and whatnot, he had a sit down with a person considered to be a club legend, so that he can get a buy-in from the
yeah,
fans. That, hey, listen,
Mm-hmm.
we know that we're wrong in firing the aunties from the kitchen, and Bruno and crew now have to be scuffed in to work and all of that shit. He just wanted to get everybody on
yeah,
board. He said, "Oh, we're doing to stabilize
yeah,
the club. The club was stabilized more than
yeah,
enough. They went and bought three players that they didn't really need to buy three players. Out of the three players that they brought in, that Sesko, that is Mbuemo, that
Cunha,
is Cunha, they could have gone on and got two at most out of those three players and invest in the gaping hole in the
yeah.
middle.
Baleba,
Or
Donnarumma,
the or thank you.
Martinez,
That's
the
I was
goalie
going
at
to
Villa is
bring
not even
good.
playing. Is he playing
Out of
for Villa?
the three, they could have gone and said, okay, cool. Between Mbeumo and Cunha, or who's more
Yeah,
important between those two? Because Shesho, I think, was a twitch move
yeah.
in that, oh, we need a striker because we
Because
have no left.
Newcastle were gonna buy,
Take those other
and they said,
two.
"Oh well, we don't
Thank you.
want
Take those
Newcastle
other
to have the
two
next
roles.
Isak, so let's also go for him."
Thank you. And you can't be reactive as you've been doing. You got a manager because someone else wanted him. You got a striker because someone else wanted him.
Yeah,
But then, does the striker fit your style of play?
yeah,
Because I promise you, Donnarumma was available. I went and I said, fucking fuck Sanchez. I know he had a brilliant World
yeah,
Cup. I'd rather have that big man Donnarumma in the back.
Mm.
Man United could have done the same. Baleba dropped at 90 odd million.
yeah. That was the deal.
Um,
Mm.
I don't know how much City paid for the keeper. Drop that and that's it. You sorted.
Mm.
Yeah,
And the
Yeah.
thing is, they would have stabilized you to fucking reach top five.
Yeah.
I view
yeah,
that way,
Mm.
but you didn't.
this money has been spent, and it doesn't look like there's any improvement. And
Mm.
what makes Man United look worse off for the future? I want you to write this down. Your next manager is going to ask, where are those wingers? Where's Anthony? Where's Sancho? Where's Rashford? Where is Garnacho? Because we need width in this team. So the new manager is also going to ask for half a billion pounds because he's going to need to buy 400 million pound wingers.
Thank you. Your style of play has always been from the Ryan Gig days, where you've got
Yeah, we're
a
wingers. Yeah,
like
we
ride up
always
and
used
down and
wingers.
whatnot,
We
and then
always
okay,
use width.
fine, add a dash of magic dust with Ronaldo and
But even
crew
with
and
Beckham
whatnot.
and even with Beckham and Neville, Neville used to either overlap or Beckham, and then Beckham would lay it off and then he crosses in, or Beckham would just look up,
Yes.
use him as a decoy. So we've always used that route in
So
scoring our goals.
in the
Yeah,
famous words of who's fuck, I forgot his name now, the striker, Chelsea, African.
Drogba.
Gosh, in the famous words of Drogba, you don't recognize your club because you don't know what style of football your club is playing.
Yeah. So
Nah,
there's
not
rumors
yeah,
today
no,
that
it's bad.
Gareth Southgate and Xavi are being
Let
interviewed.
yeah, let him come in. I think yeah,
He
they will
would. The thing is
definitely
that with
get him
those two
relegated.
managers, they would be better than Amorim. Personally, I do believe we don't lose against Brentford if we have a decent manager
Yes.
who will go back to the basics. Because right now we're not even doing the basics,
Yeah.
bruh. And that's all I'd like to first see. I remember with your team, Adrian, when Howe came in, he just simply went to the
Yeah.
basics, and then
That's
you
all
guys
simple.
climbed the table.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know, now you're at a point where you're like, basics are
Confidence.
not enough.
And
Do
It's
the
now,
basics.
Amarin
yeah.
doesn't.
Teach Bruno that,
Amarin looks
yo,
like he
Bruno,
doesn't
I'm
care.
putting.
Mm,
When
Yeah.
mm,
people score
Nah, he
against him,
wants to get fired.
he sits alone. He doesn't talk to his
mm,
team like when every
Fucking
other
hate
team
that about him.
concedes, you see three of
mm,
the technical staff immediately huddle over the monitor and they're trying to rewind
mm,
the play to see what went wrong and what's happened.
Yeah,
But Man
very
United
true. Yeah.
concede
mm.
and then Amarin just puts his head down and sits on his own. Bruno gets
There
a
was a
penalty that can
oh,
put you
there was
back
a
in the
comment.
game and he doesn't want to watch the
Shivar
penalty.
commented.
Mhm.
Check that Shivar commented 2037 where he went and said he looks defeated.
Yeah.
It's not defeated. I think he thinks he's special.
And he isn't.
No, he
If he
isn't.
thinks he's special, then he lacks awareness.
Yeah,
Yep, he
He's
hasn't
just
read
he's
the
just
room.
like
Yeah,
he's
he
just like
hasn't
our
read the
club.
room. Guys,
Yeah,
the the, the
yeah.
the the basics of football will not fail you because
Mm,
you win 2 games in a row. That stat goes away because that's a fucking crazy stat to have that you are
mm,
2 years into the job, you haven't won 2 games in a row.
mhm.
Confidence, that's all it
yeah,
is. Like your opponents start paying attention when you start winning. And where United are right now against Sunderland, a draw is a win. And I'm not taking a Mickey. I'm not
We're
taking a
not
piss. I'm
we're
not.
not
I'm not.
drawing.
No, no.
Sorry to
My
burst your
dude, my
bubble,
dude,
but
my dude.
we're
Read
not
read the
drawing.
room. A draw against Sunderland right now, where you are in the greater scheme of things, a draw is a win for
yeah.
you.
Are they gonna beat us?
Amarin has painted himself into a corner with his
I'm being
position on the
positive.
tactics.
AJ,
If he
AJ.
Yeah,
if he
I'm trying to
changes
be positive for this guy here, and this guy is just telling me that he's
yeah.
gonna lose. I'm telling him that a
Mm,
draw
if
is a win for
if
you.
Amarin changes the system and they lose
mm,
again, then he looks clueless. If he changes
yeah,
the system and he wins, then he looks arrogant because he's
mm.
allowed this to
So
go on for
damned
so
if you do,
long.
damned if you don't.
You damn if you
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
I
bro.
need
Then
to go.
even he doesn't know what
Yeah,
to
I was
do.
about to say.
But before we
Yeah.
go, I would like to just have a moment of silence, or I don't know, silence, laughter for Liverpool. And I don't know, there's a post that at 20:45 Shivara posted. There's a stat that Van Dijk has that no one is dribbled past him. Well, yeah, Sunshine, no one is going to dribble past
Just
you
don't
if you don't
engage.
tackle, because that's his. Thank you. He does not
Yeah.
engage. Anyway, and Konate is wanting that money that you don't want to give him. So come Jan, he's gonna have a chat with Madrid.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Simple. That's it.
Or even
And
buying.
I do think you've overspent in the wrong area, an area that you really shouldn't have addressed, which is up
yeah,
front. Vet is a brilliant player. I'm sure he's gonna come right.
Mm.
Isak is a brilliant player, but those were 2 areas I don't think you should have
yeah,
spent your money on. But anyway,
Mm.
that's just my view. I'm an idiot.
yeah. I also see a
Yeah.
it's just an underlying thing that I've noted and will watch it develop. Yuka Ekatike
Mm.
was signed as their number 9. And
Yeah,
then
and they
Mm.
two
fucked him
days
over.
later, you break the record and
Mm,
you bring in another 9. So
yeah,
Ekatike
it's the
must
same
be
thing that Man
asking himself,
United
yo,
did.
bro, who's the guy? Who's your guy here? That's why he goes and
Yep.
scores a weak goal against Southampton, and he's got to take his shirt off to show everybody. I scored a tap in. Where is your mind at? Where's your self-esteem at? If you think you need to show
Whew.
Mm.
off in a moment like that and
And
get
this
yourself
is
sent off.
this is in a Carabao energy drink fucking cup.
There's gonna be a
Mm.
thing between Ekatika and Isak. Keep your eye on it.
They will be. Because they're the
I, I
same
I
player,
know
in my opinion. Same
I know that
style, same
everyone
everything.
there's gonna be more than enough minutes and whatnot for everyone. It's a World Cup year,
Nah.
guys. It's a
Yep.
world. I love
And I
World Cup
mean,
years
and I mean,
because
as
have you seen what Nick Pope is doing? Have you seen what Henderson is doing? So that
yeah,
England number one for Tuchel is oh shit.
Well, that's
He's
why
the
yeah,
world we're gonna
Rashford
have.
played out his skin against Newcastle in the Champions League because he knew the
That
hmm
whole of
because he
England is
knew that
watching me
the
here now.
English. Thank you. He's
hmm
got I saw a crazy stat. He's got 2 assists and a goal. That's more goal contribution than the Man United team combined.
guys, let's end the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help a brother out. This is Please